My name is Sol, I am 60 years old, and I never imagined the people I loved the most could betray me in such a cold, calculated way. Life had taught me patience, humility, and to trust, but nothing could prepare me for what happened that fateful Sunday morning. I was sitting in my small, sunlit garden, enjoying the quiet, the aroma of fresh coffee mixing with the scent of blooming jasmine. At 60, I had learned to appreciate simple pleasures, early mornings, soft sunlight, and peace. My son David, 35, and his wife Vanessa, 32, were supposed to share in that peace, visiting often, laughing in my living room, sharing meals. I always thought we were a close family. That morning, a sudden phone call shattered that illusion. Mr. Sol Harrison, you have an outstanding loan of $500,000 for a residential property purchased under your name. I froze, the coffee cup trembling in my hand. My name, a loan, a house I didn't buy. My chest tightened. I stared at the phone in disbelief, thinking it must be a mistake, but deep down, a sinking feeling told me otherwise. Over the next few days, the horrifying truth came into focus. Vanessa, without informing David or me, had taken out a massive loan in my name, and the property, a luxury villa in one of the city's most expensive neighborhoods. She had done it with meticulous planning, keeping me completely in the dark. I felt my world crumble. Fear, anger, and betrayal collided inside me. How could someone I welcomed into my home, someone I considered family, do this? I had always trusted them blindly, but that trust had been weaponized against me. Before confronting anyone, I decided to gather evidence. Bank statements, property deeds, loan documents, all confirmed my worst nightmare. Vanessa had forged my signature. She had stolen not just my money, but my identity and my dignity. I remembered the day David excitedly showed me photos of a dream house he and Vanessa wanted to buy. I had contributed some savings, believing it was part of their family plan. I had no idea Vanessa's dream was built entirely on my stolen identity. I knew the confrontation had to be precise. I invited Vanessa over under the guise of discussing family finances. She arrived, smiling as if nothing was wrong. My heart pounded, but I forced calm. Vanessa, I began, my voice steady despite the storm inside me. I received calls from the bank about a loan in my name. Do you know anything about this? Her smile faltered, replaced by feigned confusion. Loan, in your name, Sol, I don't know what you're talking about. I placed the documents before her. This is your handwriting, your signature. The bank considers this property yours. I want an explanation. For a moment, her usual poise cracked. Sol, I only wanted a better home for us, for David. You've always been so frugal. I thought this was the only way. My blood boiled. She had tried to justify fraud and theft as necessity. I took a deep breath, forcing myself to speak calmly. Vanessa, this is not necessity. This is criminal. You committed forgery, fraud, and identity theft. You have betrayed the trust of your family. Her silence spoke volumes. I could see the flicker of guilt, but it was far too late to undo the damage. The next steps were methodical. I contacted a lawyer specializing in financial fraud, froze the loan, notified the bank, and filed a formal complaint. Vanessa tried to manipulate David, whispering lies to paint me as unreasonable, but when he examined the documents himself, reality hit him like a hammer. The confrontation with my son was gut-wrenching. Dad, I had no idea. I trusted her completely, David said, his voice breaking. How could this happen? I trusted both of you, I said, my throat tight. But trust cannot be blind. You must see people for who they really are before it's too late. The legal battle was exhausting. Vanessa had to repay the loan, faced criminal charges, and the luxury home was repossessed. It was painful, humiliating, and exhausting, but justice was served. This experience changed me profoundly. Betrayal from strangers is bad, but betrayal from those you love is far more dangerous. I learned the importance of vigilance, even within family. Most importantly, I discovered that responding with calm, dignity, and methodical action can turn even the darkest moments into lessons of resilience. In the months that followed, David and I rebuilt our bond slowly. We shared our fears, our regrets, and our dreams. Vanessa was no longer part of our family, and though the pain lingered, forgiveness, at least in my heart, brought a sense of peace I hadn't known in weeks. At 60 years old, I had faced greed, deceit, and betrayal from the people I loved most, but I emerged stronger, wiser, and more cautious. Life had tested me, and I had passed not through vengeance, but through patience, action, and justice. Moral, even within the closest families, vigilance is necessary. Trust wisely, act decisively, and let justice, not anger, guide your response to betrayal. True peace comes not from revenge, but from integrity, resilience, and self-respect.